What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking back in. I did get my truck dropped off at the shop. Like I said, I don't know what this is going to cost me. I'm going to keep y'all posted. I hope this is nothing major because I really don't have the money to buy another truck right now. Look, this is what I want to put out here for the guys that look, when things start falling apart around you, you just have to push through it to get to the other side because you're going through a dip, right? But listen, I want to connect with the guys that's in that moment right now, struggling with things not going your way. You don't have money, and everything around you is falling apart. Be patient in that moment because what you are going through right now is a trial, and the only thing it's doing is strengthening you to become stronger. All right. I remember when I first moved out on my own and I first started paying bills, and I remember I didn't have the money to pay my light bill. And I was thinking, man, it's due on the 6th. What's going to happen on the 7th? Will they cut it off? I didn't know. So that time came and gone where I was late. I didn't have it. Now I know if you don't have it on the 6th, they will give you, like if your light bill due on March the 6th, you don't have it, they hit you with a little late fee. And then April the 6th, that's when the second payment's due. Then a week after that, they'll cut it off. See, I know that now. Not saying you trying to be late on your bills, but things happen. Things happen in people's lives where they don't have money. That all goes with the struggle of building a business. Like if your full-time job don't pay you enough, you could be going through it on your full-time job, going through it in your business, going through it with your spouse while raising kids. So you got to be strong to deal with all this. You can't be some weak man trying to build a business, trying to raise a family, deal with a wife. You got to be strong to deal with all that. And 90% of the men is built to deal with it. That is what they are built to do. They are built to handle stress, handle bills, raise a family, cater to a marriage. All of that is in you to handle, as long as you don't let it break you. Like I said, man, this past 2 months for me has been a trial. It has, because it's like one thing after another, just keep tearing up, tearing up, tearing up, tearing up. One thing after another. And on top of running the business, top of things you're dealing with in your personal life, it's one thing after another. But you have to push through and keep moving. And another thing you have to have is patience. Like I said, within this past 2 months, I put $2,000 in my work truck for repairs and things like that. I put another about 400 in my wife's trucks doing little repairs. And not to mention, I got an old classic truck that I'm trying to rebuild. Man, I flushed 3,000 down the toilet on it. I didn't flush it. It's just the guy that's supposed to do the job, who said he was going to do what he was going to do, he's running into some personal issues in his life. So there's no need for me to jump on him because he haven't got me my product. You got to have patience. So you deal with all of that. And on top of it, I got to put the truck back in the shop to get this one last thing worked out. On top of that, dealing with sorry supply as far as getting supplies in, dealing with clients, raising children, dealing with the marriage. Like today, it's Valentine's Day, right? Today is Valentine's Day. And it was something I wanted to do for my wife for Valentine's Day, but I don't have the money. My truck is in the shop now. I don't know what that's going to cost me. I don't have the money. I have to be wise. But see, it all goes back to the kind of woman you have as well. See, my wife understands that, okay, we don't have it. It is what it is. See, a lot of things I don't have. Like, I don't have play money right now to go do a big Valentine's Day deal. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have it. And you may look at it like, man, that's something minor. You could come up with a little something. Man, listen. If it's going to be something petty and beyond, my heart ain't in it. And I really don't want to do it. But you go through these trials and struggles in your life to get to the next level. And everybody goes through it. But a lot of people won't admit that things that they're going through. See, the same thing with running a business. When you are successful in your business, you make a good amount of money. Well, then you have to give the government 15% of whatever it is you made. But that's life. That's part of it. That's the amount of money of a used car. You see, it's always things in life that you're going to go through and deal with, but you just have to be strong mentally and physically to deal with it. It's part of it. You can't say you want a $500,000 a year business, but you crying over here when it's time to give Uncle Sam $40,000 in taxes. Man, he want 40,000. You made it. You should have been wise enough, smart enough to put money to the side to prepare for these things. See, majority of the men, nothing is really given to them. Everything a man has, he goes out and makes it on his own, unless he had a father that given him everything. If I ever build my business to the point where it's successful, I'm not giving my kids nothing. Put a roof over your head. I'm gonna put a roof over your head, food in your stomach, clothes on your back, and I will buy you your first vehicle. But when I give you the keys to that vehicle, you will have a job. I have all daughters. Well, you hard on them girls. Man, listen here, the world is hard. When I give you the keys to your vehicle, you're going to have you a job. I don't care nothing about you in track, you in band, you in JRTC. I don't care about none of that, because ain't none of that going to help you in the future. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. Look at all the people that y'all have went to school with that was so big into sports. Did they go professionally? Or did they have to, after 5 years of chasing this dream, shut it down and go get a job? See, I got daughters. If they in sports, the farthest they can go is the WNBA, and they don't pay that much. Now, go get you an education, get you a job, start a business. So when I give you those keys, you have to go get you a job to maintain your own gas. You understand what I'm saying? To maintain your own maintenance, keep the oil change, tires rotated, tires, things of that nature. And if I have a son, man, listen here. If I have a son, I'm going to do my son how my father done me. At 5 years old, I was working. My father had his own sheetrocking business. And I was homeschooled. 3 days out of the week, I was going to work. And when I became 10 or 12, when I was working like a grown man. But see, that prepared me to the stage I am at today. See, in order for my wife to stay home with our 4 daughters, I have to work this full-time job while building this business, while dealing with the stress of raising a family, of catering to a marriage, things like that. Some men are built tough to deal with it. So the small thing, y'all gonna say this kind of wrong, but see how Valentines popped up in everything I got going on? I have to overlook that for the time being to get this situated. Then I can come back and do what it is I wanted to do. So, look, it is what it is. Like, everybody's spouses and wives are different. You know what I'm saying? Mine understand what it is I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish. She's kind of down for the ride and willing to make sacrifices with me. You have to have a spouse that's willing to make sacrifices with me. And I know when it's time to sacrifice, and I know when it's time to just let go, spend, and enjoy. So, things like that. You have to be strong mentally and be prepared. And another thing, when you is starting your business, you're not going to always have money. People on the outside will look and say, this man making almost $30 an hour on his job. He got his own business. Well, he should be loaded. Fact is, 70% of the people you see, they're not loaded. A lot of it is debt, a lot of it is bill. See, me right now, I am climbing out of debt. Now, once you remove my debt, oh man, I can live then. But the debt that I put myself in 3 years ago, I'm climbing out of that old debt. I'm almost there. But in the midst of all that, you have everything around you. You still have your day-to-day things and things that happen and fall apart. It's a little thing called life. You deal with it. You deal with it. And each day it makes you stronger and better and stronger and better and stronger and better. Look, let's be real. If this guy called me tomorrow and said, hey man, it's $1,200 to fix your truck, I'm going to have to pay it. I'm going to have to pay it. I don't want to. I'm going to have to pay it. It's a little small thing called life. You have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. And I'm prepared to deal with it because I know one day all of this would just be an old memory. Because I remember it was a time I didn't have nothing. And I still ain't got much. I remember it was a time my lights was about to get cut off. My cell phone was about to get cut off. And that F-250 y'all see in all my videos, they was about to come repossess it because I didn't have it. But you fast forward to the day, my F-250 is paid off, my light bill's paid, my water bill's paid. You look on that and say, man, I don't want to ever go back there again. But in order to not go back there again, you have to stay on the grind, you have to stay on the struggle, and you have to manage your money. You have to manage your money. And that's it, man. Like, if you prepared to just man, go through the fire, man. Go through the fire. Everybody want diamonds, but do you know what it takes for a diamond to be pure and beautiful, to be put on the shelf and sold as the beautiful diamond that it is? They got to go through a lot. Diamond got to go through a lot to get to where it is. So when you see these guys riding around town in these brand new trucks and they done built this business, they went through a lot to get there. Like I said, I wish I could have brought y'all on my journey in 2014, but y'all didn't get here into 2021. So it is what it is. Growing pains is what they call them. Growing pains. But I'm happy, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad for all the struggles. Because, see, I understand the value of $1. You don't spend it freely. I understand the value of $1. When I purchased this here lawnmower, I put everything I had into that lawnmower right there. It's paid for now. I put everything I had into that. This one would be paid for shortly. Well, what you buying when you get them paid for? Dump trailer. Get a 7. When I get these paid for, listen, I don't like to talk about things. I like to just do it. I like to just do it. All right. When I get this lawnmower paid for, I'm going to get me a 7. This was my plan. I was going to get a 7 by 14 by 3 dump trailer. Scratch that. I'm not doing that no more. I'm getting a 7 by 16 by 4. Either by 4 or by 3, because I'm going to rent it out. And I don't know if I'm going to rent it out to where you can come pick it up and take it with you, or if I'm going to drop it off and then I'm going to be the one to come pick it up. I already got the plan in motion. I'm getting one of those industry-proven locks to where you can't steal it. But if you can steal it, it don't matter. I will have air tags on it. I will be either renting it out. Summertime rolling heavy. Hey, man, come pick it up. But if I would like to drop it off, lock it down, and then go and pick it up and take it to the dump. But that's more work, so I might just, hey, come get it. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be something I can use as well. Just another side hustle. But that's getting put in motion. That will be in motion. Dump trailer rental, that will be put in motion. Because I was gonna buy a 7 by 14 by 3 for me anyway. So I might as well get the extra 2 foot, or just go ahead and get the 7 by 14. Don't need the extra 2 foot and just rent it out. So that's the plan, man. You always have to reinvest in yourself. And you always have to be teaching yourself different things. Like I told you, I read a lot of books. I try to retain a lot of information. But, man, it is what it is. I just don't want to be average in life. I don't, man. I've been average my whole life, and I'm sick of being average, man. That's the dumbest thing in the world you could do to yourself, is be an average man. That's the stupidest thing you can ever do, is be average. Well, 90% of the world is average. They chose to be. I don't want to be that no more. See, I'm willing to go through the struggles and the hard parts and debts and poverty to get to the next level. A lot of people don't make it. I may not make it. It don't matter if I don't. At least I will know I tried. You see, in a couple of months here, I'll be going full time. I'm so sick of thinking about it. I'm so sick of thinking about going full time. I'm so sick of talking about it. I'm just ready for this to be over with. If I'm going to succeed, let's succeed and move on. If I'm going to fail, let's fail and get it over with so I can get to the next step. Tired of thinking about this. I already know this is fixing to be a long 2-month process. I'm going to give this year my everything. And that's going to determine what I'm going to do in 2024. Listen, I know what I made in 2022. I'm trying to just about double that. If I just can't, I got to just about double that. I want to double what I made. All right. So I'm going to give it all I got this year. And if I see light at the end of the tunnel, I hit it in 2024. But if 2025 doesn't change, sell everything, start over, do something else. Sick of being average.